Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Viking Invitational. It's our third and final stream of the night. It's the final game of the Invitational with the visiting Unionville High School and their home host school here, St. Elizabeth Vikings. Thanks once again, folks, for tuning in. Pat Garianis and with me today. Got two great basketball minds, Joe Singles to my right and head coach John Kalesha over here to my left. And fellas, this should be a good one here. Both teams won their opening round matchups in pretty impressive fashion, but this has been a really good world-class event here today and throughout the entirety of the weekend. Really glad you guys could join us here tonight. So welcome in. Welcome in.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, we are about ready to go. Unionville will go with number 1, James Brenner. He's going to tip it off, as well as number 4, Jack Robbins, number 10, Leo Lockwood, number 3, Tommy McGinnis, and number 13, Sean Hogue. For the Vikings, you saw Kenny Hunter there on the tap, as well as number 2, Cayenne Alexander, number 3, Deshaun Holden, number 4, Stevie Nixon Jr., and then number 12, Mason Price. And right off the jump, they get it right to Brenner, and he knocks down a 3, just like he did last night. This young man is impressive, guys.
Yeah, and that was about, we know the three-point line's 19 feet 9 inches, and that was about a 21, 22-footer there to start the game. So
he can shoot. He shot started the game off last night, as there's a nice answer by one of the sophomore standouts, Mason Price, here for the Vikings. The Vikings are young. That is one thing about this group. They are youthful. Unionville, last night, they were a very methodical offense, and they look for Brenner throughout the entirety of the game. He is he's the, what do they call that? The straw that stirs the drink, I believe is the saying there.
And then on St. E's on the opposite end, you know, they get contributions from, 5, 6, 7, 8 deep, and like you said, they're a young team, but when they're on, they're on.
So here we go. You're going to see a lot of this. Unionville will run the heck out of this offense in constant motion. It's pretty impressive to watch. Here's a 3 from McGinnis, and they're 2 for 2 to start this one off. Tommy McGinnis knocking it down, 6-2 early lead here for Unionville.
Yeah, and just to touch on St. E's again, to your point, young teams, we've seen St. E's a couple times this year, and sometimes they've struggled from the three-point line, and when you run the type of offense that they run, they count on those threes dropping, so we'll see how it pays up. But having said that, they've gotten 2 layups so far.
Nixon able to knife through and get to the lane. We're going to see a pretty quick pace here in this one, Coach. There's Alexander getting on the floor, looking to find Hunter. He couldn't quite do it. It was knocked away, but early onset in this one, Coach. Big-time pace from both of these teams.
You like this intensity. Let's see if they can maintain it as we go along here.
All right, here they go. They get the ball inside. This is Lockwood. This one over to Hogue. Good ball movement here from Unionville. Man-to-man defense here from the Vikings. There's McGinnis again. That one's no good. Alexander rebounded. It was off. It looked like it was off of Unionville. It was. That one's off Bremer. It'll go the other way.
He was bouncing around like he was going to fake the ref out, but the ref held firm.
It was the proper call.
Yep.
6-4. A little over 2 minutes into this one. A little 3-2 zone here from Unionville. Actually, this might be a pack line man-to-man defense. McGinnis with the pilfer. Takes it away from Hunter. And Unionville will bring this one up. This is Lockwood. Again, it'll be constant motion with this Unionville offense. Good defense here from the Vikings. No shot clock here in Delaware, folks, for you out-of-state viewers. Hounding defense inside. Ball's loose. Hogue gets on top of it. There's a timeout being called. Unionville keep it here. So we'll get a chance to catch our breath here 3 minutes into this game. And again, the pace has been great. Both teams kind of been taking their time, methodical in the half court. They're moving fast, but they're staying patient at the same time.
Yeah, both squads, I think, part to that point, but partly because the defense has been solid so far. So we'll see what kind of changes. Not a whole lot of time in a 30-second timeout. We'll see Unionville come out and find number one there for a three or going to the basket, but we'll see.
And, you know, kind of two different offensive attacks here, Coach. Early in this one, the Vikings kind of been trying to slash and get to the rim. Unionville settling for the outside looks. Both have been pretty effective.
Yeah, I really like a lot of the culture that I was watching them even pregame with Unionville, watching them in their huddle. Got some good culture there. These kids are playing well. St. Elizabeth, same exact thing.
There's a backdoor cut. We're watching Princeton. Hunter goes up for the block. He gets a piece of it, so Bremer will go to the line to shoot two. It's a great backdoor cut there.
Right out of the timeout, right?
Right out of the timeout. They go right to Bremer. He's got good touch for the big fella. One thing that this Unionville offense will do, it'll force St. E's to be on their toes the entirety of the time on defense. It's just constant motion. Two for two there for Bremer. 8-4 lead early in this one. This is Nixon handling. Kenny Hunter into the lane. Kick out. Price catch and shoot three in the corner is long. Rebound to Hogue. Nixon gets a piece of it. Bremer keeps it alive. Look at this defense here by St. E's. Constant pressure there. They finally get it across half court and settle into their half court offense. Lockwood to Hogue. This is Lockwood again. Man-to-man defense from St. Elizabeth. McGinnis, he'll fire away. That's back rim, no good. Price gets the rebound. Now Hunter looks to run. Kenny Hunter in the lane. Euro step. What do they got here? It's a block. And I believe they're going to call this one on the floor.
St. Elizabeth is wasting no time, both off the inbound, off the rebound. They're pushing the ball. They're getting out in transition and attacking the basket.
That's what brought them success last night against Bishop Laughlin. Oh, that's nearly backcourt and dangerous right there. Lucky to save possession. And they just pressured Laughlin all over the court and were able to get easy buckets throughout. It was breakneck pace in that one. Here's Alexander, gets it into Hunter. Cayenne Alexander, only a sophomore. Deshaun Holden is a freshman, so you got a freshman and sophomore in your starting backcourt here at St. Elizabeth. Alexander, left-hand floater, can't hit. Rebound to Bremer. Unionville looks to push. Nearly a walk. Able to keep that pivot foot alive. That was Robbins. Here's Bremer. Just a patient offense here for Unionville. McGinnis, he's open, hesitated, then he took it. It's no good. Price the rebound. Here come the Vikings in transition.
Sorry, Pat. He's missed his last couple shots, and that was, I think that hesitation there. Despite all this, still 8-4.
Nixon on the drive. He draws the foul. Second team foul on Unionville. Here's Hunter into the lane. Kick out to Holden. And a reset here coming for the Vikings. Alexander, spacing a little bit messed up. They'll get themselves reset. A little pack line-ish here from Unionville on defense, Coach.
Yeah, you're right. It's a 3-2 look, but they're really dropping low.
Yep. Alexander in the corner, back rim, no good. Bremer the rebound. He looks to push, and he draws the foul. Price will pick up the foul in transition there. Yeah, it's what stood out yesterday. I took the Unionville game in. He had internet issues, so we weren't able to stream it. But they are a well-oiled machine. I mean, everybody, defensive stances, they're in proper positioning on offense and on defense. They're very well coached.
And I think that, you know, backs up Coach's point earlier in that, you know, we do see a lot of teams who play that way. It's a program-wide approach. It's a culture. It's from the freshman team all the way up to the varsity squad. That this is what is expected if you want to play in this program.
Fourth team foul against St. Elizabeth. That puts them at the team foul limit. Unionville will shoot the rest of the quarter. 2 minutes to go. Low scoring first quarter. This is Dolce. Gets it back to Lockwood. Again, Unionville just being very methodical with the ball on offense. It's McGinnis. And again, they're just going to continue to run through this offensive set.
They're pulling St. Elizabeth further and further away from the basket. We're going to see if we're going to get some opening down in the paint, but kind of wears on you defensively.
Bremer hesitates, drives the baseline. Look at all the defensive attention he gets, and he still puts it up and in with a tough floater. This young man's impressive.
Yeah, and that was a backbreaker there after working really hard for about 30 seconds. St. E's did. You got Hunter. Oh.
Off the front rim, no good. Looking to chase and answer there on the three, unable to do so. Now Unionville can really start to put their stranglehold here in the quarter. Up 10-4, under a minute to go. Bremer. This is Lockwood. Dolce over. Bremer, he'll pull for three. Oh my. Knocks it down. 13-4, Bremer's got 8. And again, look at the defense. They're all moving in unison.
Yep.
It's impressive.
Yep.
Nixon. Not much there, and that's a turnover. In transition, layup up and in for Leo Lockwood. In a 15-4 quarter, St. E's probably hasn't been held under to that point total in a quarter in a long time. Talk to me, fellas. What stood out? Joe, I'll start with you.
So you know, Unionville's just eating up. We say shot clock. There is no shot clock, but they are eating up the clock big time. And just like Coach was saying, just being super patient till they get a good look. And yeah, St. E's didn't shoot that well, but their 4 points is also a result of just not having many offensive possessions.
Coach, I mean, that was kind of clinical there from Unionville.
Oh, very much so. Fun team to watch. They execute. You can tell they're very well coached. I even noticed here when they called a play, the coach calls the play, the entire bench yells the play out.
Yep.
You can see them down there, the entire bench. As we look over at their huddle right now, they're arm in arm. And as we've already talked about, is you get kids buying into your program, and that's important. It comes out onto the basketball court when you're able to do that, and you really see it. I'm looking for Coach Cassidy to make some adjustments here. They're going to take care of the ball a little bit better and bring the intensity as they've been doing. And Unionville's handled it fairly well. We'll see if they continue to pull them away from the basket. But I look for the Vikings to, make some adjustments here and get going offensively.
Yeah, and as we've seen, you know, St. E's can score in bunches. You know, they can get back in this game pretty quickly. They have a knack for forcing turnovers. So we'll see what happens here.
We'll see what they can do. They got to try and figure out a way to attack this defense right now.
Yeah, Unionville is making them work for everything here in the half court.
Price inside to Hunter. Good help defense coming over there by Robbins, and they force a turnover. Just really good work right now. St. E's a little bit frustrated, it seems. And now into their offense. Here's Bremer, already with 8 points. He had 8 points in that first quarter. Actually, I'm sorry, he had 10. He had 10 of the 15. I forgot the free throws. McGinnis, kick out, pull up three, bang! Down it goes for Leo Lockwood. His second bucket, give him 5. And it's 18-4 Unionville.
And that's a third player here to get in on the scoring for Unionville with those 3-point shots. And it's going to make it tough.
Nixon driving, finds Price. That's a good look inside. That's probably the cleanest look they've gotten so far.
Much needed basket there for St. Elizabeth's.
That's a dangerous pass, and Hunter Skies gets it. Ball's knocked away. It'll stay here with Unionville. That was a dangerous pass to Bremer in the corner. Unionville lucky to keep it here on that one. Tommy McGinnis will throw it in. The two-colored shoe look. Always got to respect that.
Lime and orange sherbet. That's what makes me think of.
You know, do you gotta buy them 2 pairs of shoes, or do they come like that? I don't know. These are the questions that I wonder sometimes. That one knocked away. Hunter with a good contest and a rebound, and now the Vikings look to push. Hunter, pull up 3. He's off. He's a little bit short on those outside shots. And honestly, his game's really in the mid-range, but Unionville's got that defense packed in so much, it's starting to spread them back a little bit.
Yeah, when we see Hunter get going the last couple of years, you're right, it's those foul line extended, foul line turnaround jumpers.
Bremer over here on this near sideline. Keep an eye on him as the ball's opposite. Inside to McGinnis. Kicks it over to Lockwood. Lockwood will handle Alexander defending him. He'll pull. There's McGinnis for 3. It's long. Bremer can't quite chase it down. So that'll do it there. St. E's lucky on that one.
Yeah, Unionville's defense reminds me of the Lee Sibley defenses at St. Mark's, and they made you work for everything each and every time down the floor.
That it does. It was frustrating playing those teams. Here's Alexander handling. Again, not much room. They're going to fire away from 3. It's no good. Hunter with the hustle rebound. Layup can't hit, and Bremer gets a defensive rebound, but he turns it over, so to stay here with the Vikings. You can see the frustration mounting for St. E's because of this defense.
Yeah, that's a shot that 99 times out of 100 Hunter makes. You know, you can see the kind of look on his face. He's disappointed with himself.
Alexander will handle. 18-6. About 3 minutes into the second quarter. Nixon bumped, kicks it out. Hunter, catch and shoot 3. That one's good. He was in rhythm. He was able to knock that one down, his first points of the game. Lockwood, offensive foul. He must have had him with the opposite arm there. So a quick turnaround gives it back to the Vikings.
That's where we need, like I said, our 3D court where we can turn it so you can see where that foul occurred.
Yeah. Hunter, opposite corner now, and he's found the rhythm there. Back-to-back threes for Kenny Hunter, and it's 18-12.
St. Elizabeth's getting some good offensive ball movement there, getting open looks on the perimeter.
There's a trap. Bremer trapped in the corner. He's looking to get away. Turns it over. Good defensive pressure. Here come the Vikings looking to run. Nixon in the lane, and he is fouled on the drive. It'll stay here with St. Elizabeth. Vikings perhaps maybe starting to solve a couple of things here. It's the third personal on Leo Lockwood. Go ahead, Jeff.
I think Lockwood, all he had to do there was fall, and he would have caught the charge because he was in, at least from our angle. Kenny, there he is again.
Hunter's starting to warm up, Coach, starting to find his rhythm here.
St. E's in general is getting that rhythm as well. It's they're turning it up. They're playing their style of basketball. They want to play fast.
They go inside. McGinnis can't hold on to it. Out of bounds. The pressure's starting to get to him.
And they're definitely speeding up Unionville, and you're seeing it with some turnovers here.
Timeout.
And there's a timeout coming here for Unionville. It's a 8-0 run for the Vikings after trailing this one 18-6. And yeah, I mean, you see it here. The Vikings starting to get out and run a little bit, knock down a couple of outside shots. That perhaps maybe can start to spread this defense out a little bit. Again, they're kind of pack lining when they're off the ball a little bit.
Yeah, I think that St. E's has also forced. When Unionville has had looks at the basket, they forced them into tougher shots. The defensive intensity for St. E's has kicked up, since that first quarter ended, and it's put even more pressure on Unionville, and it's almost forcing them to take, they're making mistakes.
Like we had talked about earlier, making adjustments. Unionville calls the timeout. Coach Callis is looking to make some adjustments here to be able to respond to the pressure and intensity of the game that, St. E's is in control of now.
Yeah, and we'll see that leaves a couple substitutions here. Caden Harris as well as Mayan Dale will check in for St. E's. One thing the Vikings will tend to do from time to time is also full court press, and they weren't making shots early in this game. They haven't been able to set that pressure up. I'm curious to see if we see it second half of this second quarter now as some shots are starting to fall. Here we go, Alexander out of the timeout. Let's see what the Vikings put together. Holden trying to force it. It's not going to happen on the first, second, third pass. Bremer into the lane, and he is fouled en route to the hoop. So he'll go to the line for two. And that's tough. I mean, to try and dribble through that defense, you guys Coach, you talked about Lee Sibley's defense. That was always kind of the scouting report is you're not going to be able to dribble penetrate on the first or second pass, especially on the perimeter. You got to get them moving a little bit to create those driving lanes.
I'm looking also on the weak side of St. E's offense, and I've been looking to possibly maybe get a skip pass because you get those players that are over on the wall or the midline, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. And then you get some action over there, too, where you're getting some back screens. And see if you can do that. That and good ball movement is going to, create some things for you offensively for St. Elizabeth's. And they've done a little bit of it. Let's see if they can continue to do it to.
Alexander to Hunter. Hunter looks to drive the base and loses his footing there. And it'll go the other way.
I know Coach Cassidy's not happy with the last two possessions. St. Elizabeth's coming with the full court pressure here again.
There's that pressure. And they force a turnover. Here's Alexander. Up ahead, layup is up and in. St. E's again getting right into this press. You see a little bit of discomfort. They do a good job. That one's knocked away. Oh, Coach has got the hands. Still got it, my friend.
I was saving the crew over here.
It's a skip pass right to him. Inside to Bremer. That's a guy they're going to have to keep an eye on. Puts it up and in. He's up to 14 of the 22 points. Harris to Holden. The freshman guard handles. Gets it to Hunter. after a couple dribbles. That's no good. Hunter, oh, how about that? Tipped up and in for Deshaun Holden. Sometimes those bounces are what you need.
Yeah, he just stays active. Stays active no matter where he is.
Now Unionville gets set. They finally break the press. They get into their half court. And Bremer wants the three, doesn't get it. Hunter, 1 versus 3, comes down with it, and then he turns it over. He's got a little too sped up there, trying to get it up ahead.
I think both coaches are saying that at that point, hey, just calm down just a little bit. I'm not sure there is a calm down to St. E's. They want to go. I mean, I like that. We used to love to do that at Conrad, and, you know, if you're tired, put your hand up. We got a sub for you. Let's go. Let's move the ball.
Bremer down low to McGinnis. He skips it opposite. That's just good spacing and knowing where to go with the basketball. At that time, Hoag's first points is a corner 3. Alexander looks to answer. That's no good. McGinnis the rebound. There's the 3 ball. That's long. Hoag the rebound knocked away. But following it up and putting it in is Zach Dolce. Now Unionville with a 5-0 run to extend their lead back to 9. Minute 15 to go here in the half. Holden, and they're going, St. E's going 5 out here. Holden into the lane, floater. He hit about 6 or 7 of them last night.
And that was really the only place he could go. They were daring him to go middle, and he took it.
He puts that one up and in. Vikings within 7. There's a turnover, pressure, and then a foul. That'll go on Dolce. And again, the pressure every now and then forcing some turnovers and allowing St. E's to get out and run.
Yeah, they're not going to, Coach Cassidy's not going to be able to leave Hunter off the court for more than that quick 30-second breather like he just took.
Hunter back on the court for St. Elizabeth. Alexander in the lane, kicks it over to Holden. Kenny Hunter running the baseline. He's going to drive baseline. Look at that. What a step to avoid the contact, put it up and in.
Yep.
Hunter, after going scoreless in the first quarter, has 10 here in the second. 27-22. Backdoor cut, and that's incomplete. Can't connect, and it's a turnover. Alexander will bring it up. Vikings to see if they hold for the last shot. I mean, you would think they would here, but you never know with them. Holden. Alexander for 3. Back rim, no good. And that will do it. An exciting first half here, even though the scoring may not show it as a high-scoring game. This has been a fun-paced game, 27-22, Unionville on top. Coach, I'll go to you, and then I'll go to Joe. What stood out to you here in this first half?
St. Elizabeth continues with that pressure. They're taking Unionville out of their comfort zone. That's something they want to continue to do into the second half, and Unionville wants to take care of the ball. I noticed a couple times when Unionville is inbounding the ball, they're getting really close. We call it the coffin corners, and there's basically 8 of them on the court. Preferably when you're inbounding the ball, you don't want to be so close to the sideline baseline because they act as defenders for you. And a couple of those times Unionville turned the ball over. But, you know, very good, solid first half. Both teams trying to execute, make adjustments. You know, and I'm sure both coaches at half will make some adjustments and you know, clean up some of the turnovers.
Joe?
Yeah. And on that note, you know, both teams, this is pretty evenly matched games so far. You know, different styles of play, but it'll just become who can impose their will and their style of play in the second half.
All right, we'll take a commercial break. When we come back, second half action, we'll look ahead. 5-point game here in the final game of the Viking Invitational.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the raw bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy,
but have you tried Premier?
How you doing? My name's Mike Cassidy. I'm the founder and president of Cassidy Painting. I started back in 1984, incorporated in 1986. I never had the word no in my vocabulary. When someone called me to do a job, I always said yes, whether it was a struggle, whether it was 7 days a week, sun up to sundown, it didn't matter. And with that philosophy, we were able to grow to the size we are. We employ close to 80 individuals.
We really enjoy being in the family business. I look forward to coming to work every day, and it's so nice to work with the people that we work with in the office. We've really become a family with them. We really create a family experience around here.
And Cassidy Painting is a very diversified company. We don't say no to anything. We deal with everything from epoxy floors to painting buildings to spray foam insulation, spray fireproofing. If it deals with a coating, we can handle it. So when our customers call and they're under the gun and they know the need to get a job done, they know who to call because we perform. We've always been performed. We've never been replaced out of 37 years of business. For any of your painting needs, we can handle it.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's Fish Camp features seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-driven specials that pair perfectly with our large selection of craft ales, curated wine list, and camp cocktails. Matt's offers indoor and outdoor dining and is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or enjoy lunch at the Raw Bar. Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round. See you soon.
Wraps, signs, banners, and promotional items that can help your business stand out from the rest. Looking for an excellent way to convey a professional image? Customized promotional products are the perfect way to target new customers, increase employee retention, and boost your brand awareness. Let the professionals at Cassidy Graphics bring your advertising ideas to life. Give them a call today at 302-326-24.
And we're back here, folks. Viking Invitational. Shooting for a cure. Folks all in foundation and of the Leukemia Research Foundation of Delaware. Tremendous event put on here at St. Elizabeth. And we're here at the St. East Center, last game of the weekend. Unionville leading St. Elizabeth 27-22 at the break. It was a great start for Unionville. They were up 15-4 after one. The Vikings kind of found their footing there in that second quarter, 18-12. And that leads us to a 5-point game. So here we go. Second half action underway. Unionville in their half court already looking to make things happen. That one's deflected away by Kenny Hunter. It'll stay here. Joe, give us a key for Unionville in this second half to preserve this lead and come away with the win.
Yeah, they're going to want to, to one of Coach's points, just take care of the basketball. Really take care of the basketball. They've proven that when they get good shots, even though their offense, they might run through a dozen passes, they make their shots as they turn the ball over right here as I'm saying that. But
Nixon can't finish.
They're going to want to make sure they get good looks out of their offense and box out on the defensive end.
Lockwood can't quite hit that one. Bremer, the offensive board, kicks it back out to Lockwood. Hogue, deep three, it's no good. Look at Bremer hustling. Nixon on the floor, it'll be and there's gonna be a foul. Let's see who the foul's on. It's gonna go on Unionville. And Coach, for St. Elizabeth, all right, they figured some stuff out there in that second quarter, but what would they gotta do to finish off, to come back here and kind of earn themselves a lead here in the second half?
I want to see them value the basketball, take care of it, but continue to, play a fast pace, up tempo, pushing the ball, leaking out in transition to gain some advantages. Good little take there.
Alexander floating into the lane for two. Vikings now within three. Here comes a little faux pressure. Try and slow Unionville up. Cross half court. McGinnis to Hogue. Lockwood inside McGinnis, walked.
Yep, little hop there.
Uncomfortable for us guards sometimes down on that baseline.
Not me.
That was you.
I was turning my back, backing them down.
Holden to Nixon. Alexander, baseline drive, so fast with the ball, can't hit. Holden with the chase down. Price, he loses it on the rip through.
Yeah, Price has been quiet tonight. Last time we saw him, it was a pretty big night. We'll see what he can do in the second half here.
He has 4 points in this one. Unionville kick out. They find their guy, and that's short for Bremer. No good. Holden gets the rebound. He looks to push. Deshaun Holden skips it over. Alexander inside to Hunter. Hunter spins, goes up, and draws the foul. Kenny Hunter gets himself to the free throw line. He's a polished player.
Yeah, he's great footwork, Pat. His footwork, especially around the basket, is real solid.
First free throw's up and good.
So far here in the second half, St. E's has done a good job defending, getting themselves a little closer here. Let's see if they can withstand it.
Now they're within one. Here comes some pressure yet again. Let's see what Unionville could do. They turn it over. Price comes away. It's going to be tough to throw that thing cross court against the zone pressure. Get it over to Alexander. Nixon now. Cayenne Alexander into the lane, takes the bump. Holden, catch and shoot. Three, knocks it down. Deshaun Holden up to 7 points. They skip this one to Bremer. Spins, floats, can't hit. Ball's deflected, it's still up in the air. Holden comes away with it, and here come the Vikings looking to run. They go into Hunter. Hunter skips it to Holden. They swing it across the way to Nixon. Nothing really doing. Again, everything kind of packed in. Stevie Nixon's going to clear it out. He gets it to Hunter. Hunter, baseline drive, floating. What a job by Kenny Hunter to get himself into a good angle to put that baseline floater up.
Footwork again. He was almost behind the backboard. He took that one step in. Had a nice little shot.
And Nixon gets bumped, or bumps, I should say. Coach, the Vikings have officially settled into this game, it looks like.
Their press is serving them well, giving them some good opportunities to get steals, tips, deflections.
Lockwood. That three ball, no good. Bremer with the good follow-up, and then a timeout. 31-29, as there's the first points of the quarter for Unionville.
I like this timeout by Unionville. You lose the lead. You cut it to 2. You don't want to let them get back to that 5, 6, 7 point advantage. So call a timeout now, settle them down. You know, that one basket here was, you know, hard-earned offensive rebound put back by Brenner.
31-29 to score. St. E's has been able to get out and run here in this quarter number 3, the first half of it. They've got themselves, what, an 11-2 advantage here in this quarter so far, or 9-2. 4:21 to go. Pretty good crowd over here on the far sideline. Taking this one in. Alexander bringing it up. It's Holden. Hunter in the corner. Kick. Alexander gets his feet set and drills the 3. Good ball movement there for the Vikings.
And that's big for them because I think that's his first 3 of the night. It's not his first points, but it's his first 3 of the night. And he
just helps space the floor. All that attention goes to Hunter, having himself some shooters surrounding. It makes it just so difficult to defend them. Vikings defense really ramping it up here, pressuring the ball handlers. They get it to Bremer, catch and shoot 3. He's short. He's been short a lot here lately. Hogue can't finish on the putback. Missed opportunity there for Unionville. What a find! Alexander to Hunter. You know, Stephon Marbury was in the gym earlier today. He would have liked that pass.
Yep.
Bremer, catch and shoot 3, short again. He does not have the touch right now. It's bizarre to see. Lockwood in the lane. Bremer.
This St. Elizabeth's defense can wear on you, and I think that's what's happening here to Unionville.
They've definitely short, and now another missed layup. Here come the Vikings. Hunter with the blow-by, floating and finishing. St. E's has found their stride, folks. This lead is a 9-point lead now for St. E's. They were down 18-4 in this game. Lockwood, kick out. 3 ball, McGinnis can't hit, and an ice cold start to the second half continues. Hunter in rhythm for 3, back rim no good. Bremer the rebound. And they're looking to slow down right now. Here's McGinnis. To Hogue. Bremer, he's got to be careful on that catching the ball and hopping. And there's Hogue can't corral that one.
Yeah, they're tired. They're tired, guys. Unionville. The press is wearing, like you guys talked about. Cassidy's press is wearing on them, and this is the first time all night. They all got their hands on their hips as they're kind of walking around, and they're young, so they can handle it. But you know, it could be the reason why the shooting is going so cold.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be a part of it. Harris and Dale back in. St. E's with their 7-player rotation, getting some guys in the mix. Hunter, step back, maybe a little bit of a heat check there. Got a little bit ahead of himself.
Yeah, Unionville's, you know, going with 6 so far, so we'll see if you know, what Joe was mentioning as far as, you know, wear and tear here throughout the game. You can see they are a little tired, that's for certain.
Well, they work so hard in their half court anyway, and then you add in the press. I think that definitely, you can see the fatigue.
They got to get some quality offensive possessions here to get back in it.
This is Bremer. Harris defending him. Lockwood. McGinnis, he steps into an open 3 and again can't finish. Alexander on the run, into the lane. He's so quick. God, he's got a quick first step, puts that one up and in. McGinnis, again, why not? He's trying to find a range now that he's long.
This is exactly what St. Elizabeth's wants.
Yes. Yes, it is, Coach. Here's Nixon with the ball. Wow, has this game flipped? St. E's had a 4-point first quarter. Unionville has only scored 2 here in the third. Nixon handling. Alexander, 22 seconds to go in the quarter. Harris for 3, front rim no good. Rebound to Price. Alexander will shoot for 3, and he knocks it down. Kyan Alexander, 10-point quarter for him. The lead has ballooned to 14. Dulce down the lane, he loses it out of bounds. It'll stay here. Nixon with the quick hands. 1.2 to go. Everyone knows where it's going. Bremer, catch and shoot. It's off balance, no good. And what a quarter for the Vikings there. Coach, I mean, they got Unionville to start to play at their pace there and held them only 2 points.
They certainly did. Unionville settled for the threes, got in, and, you know, St. Elizabeth's did a great job defending, contesting all of their shots, but that full court zone press, the intensity pushing the ball out in transition for St. Elizabeth's has certainly, you know, helped them build this lead and really take control here in the third quarter heading into the fourth.
It's a 21-2 quarter for the Vikings. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout, come back with fourth quarter action right here on Delaware Live Sports.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
And we're back here, folks. 43-29. St. E's has flipped this game on its axis thanks to a 21-2 outburst here in the third. And, you know, Coach, one of the highlights there was the catch by you. We were just talking about it during the break. Perhaps we get that on the top 10 this week.
Let's do it.
All right, St. E's up 14. They don't really know how to slow down. I'm curious to see how they handle this fourth quarter now. They keep the foot on the gas pedal. That's what they do. Nixon with the easy layup. And here comes the pressure. Dulce skips this one. This is Robbins. Bremer for 3. He got the range back. He knocks that one down. He's got all 5 of Unionville's second half points. Now, no particular hurry. It looks like the Vikings want to get themselves set up in a look. Holden looks up at the clock. This young man is I've never seen someone so poised at such a young age. In 9th grade, just nothing seems to bother him.
No, he does a great job as their floor general, that's for sure.
Skips this one over. Nixon, catch and shoot 3. That's no good. Bremer the rebound. And they nearly turn this one over. Dulce kicks over to Robbins. Back to Dulce. Spins. And he's right there, and that's a good look. Layup up and in, his first points of the night. Unionville within 11. Harris to Alexander. Hunter. One more to Holden in the corner. Catch and shoot 3. It's short. Bremer up ahead, and they're going to call a carry on Bremer. And these small guards, they just kind of ran up underneath him. He wasn't prepared when he was there, when he turned around.
And he dribbled after he did it, right, before he made the pass. So that's.
Here comes Alexander. That defense still sucked in for the most part. Harris, baseline drive. Lands. What a finish by Caden Harris. That is not easy, folks.
Good jump stop.
Yes, landed on both feet at the same time. That's the key.
Exactly.
Robbins, he goes down the lane. Lefty can't make it. Hunter affected the shot. Look at the outlet pass to Nixon. He skies. He can't finish. Whistle silent. I think that's a good no call. Bremer into Dulce, and there's a foul. I think they're going to call holding here on the reach. But you got to be careful dribbling the ball around Alexander and Holden. They will pounce on you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, there's a saying that the refs are letting them play. I don't think they're letting them play. These kids are skilled. This is a fun game to watch. Both teams are well coached. And they're executing great control of their bodies as they go in.
I agree, Coach. Alexander from the corner. Rainmaker can't hit. And now Unionville trying to settle back into this game after what was a nightmarish third quarter for them. Here's McGinnis into Dulce. McGinnis. And now Unionville, all that motion we saw in the first half, first quarter, is kind of gone quiet. Let's see if they get it going again. A lot more standing around for them.
Yeah, and they're catching the ball way deep outside. There we go.
It's nearly a turnover.
If they're catching the ball close to half court every time, they're not leaving themselves really anywhere to go.
They can't be as methodical as they would like to be, as on the offensive end in the half court. And again, you're only playing what, 6, maybe 7 kids. I think it's only 6 that they've played thus far.
Yeah.
Total. So it wears on you a little bit.
Bremer for 3. That's short. Chase down rebound, but it goes to Hunter. Here comes Holden. He floats one. I'm telling you, the floater percentage is outrageous the last 2 days. I don't think he's missed one yet. It's been impressive from Holden. And now here's a turnover, and Holden is fouled in the open court.
And Pat, when you're small, I mean, he's only a freshman.
Yeah.
When you're small like that, the floater is a weapon. And then when you get in there, a bunch of kids who are taller than you, that's a big-time weapon if you're a small guard.
The giant killer.
Yeah.
It's like rookie year Tyrese Maxey. He was the king of the floater.
Yeah.
His first season.
You know who guys I always remember who led the NBA multiple years with points in the paint is Tony Parker.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Parker had a way of getting in there and doing little floaters, little tricky little layups. You think points in the paint, you think it's 6'10", 7
right.
footer, but
he was all 6 foot,
yeah.
if that.
Yeah.
Nixon into Hunter, kick out to Holden and a reset.
Unionville's trying to trap here.
And there's the second team foul. That'll go on Hogue. Hey, Coach, I mean, at what point here down 15 do you instruct your guys that, hey, we got to start playing outside of our game plan and taking some risks?
Yeah, I mean, that's ultimately what we'd like to do, but
yeah.
St. E's is doing such a great job of taking care of the ball, spreading the floor, seeing the open man, making the extra pass.
Now they're spreading the floor. And in Delaware, with no shot clock, you can play this game right here.
As you had mentioned before, they're not too used to this, so are they going to be able to do it and not get a 5-second? Oh, we got a timeout by Coach Cassidy.
That's a good timeout from the St. E's staff, Coach Cassidy, recognizing that. And that ball's at this point, if you're the guards here, Coach Joe, I mean, that's kind of it, right? If we're going to play this game, you almost have to constantly be in motion and be aware of that 5-second count, right?
Yeah, and to the point you made earlier, Unionville, this is the first time I'm seeing them, but I don't know how capable they are of kind of going out of their comfort zone and going for steals. I mean, their foundation is built on, like you said, that pack in, 3-2, 2-3 matchup zone. So, getting steals and closing a 15-point lead with 3:40 to go. might be a tall task.
Mm-hmm. It's been this has been impressive. Again, it was a 15-4 first quarter lead for Unionville. They eventually extended it to 18-4, and it's been all Vikings since. I mean, that's a 45-16 extended run over the course of the last 3 quarters, almost.
And Kenny Hunter got them going, and then the Vikings have had contributions from a number of players since when they went on that that run that you just mentioned. They're getting contributions from 3-4 players as they take this lead coming in a timeout.
Well, the tightened benches for both of these teams, a lot of times that can play in the second half. Coach Cassidy has said to me over the last couple of weeks that they plan for it. I mean, they practice. They feel they practice harder than anyone in the state. So these guys are in tremendous shape.
Yeah.
Here's Holden again. Get it into Hunter. Now they're starting to incorporate some ball movement in this.
Little 4 corners here.
Dean Smith would be proud. Hunter into the lane. Can't finish. Get their stop. 3 ball. That's short.
Unionville needed that.
Yep.
And here's a turn. Look out. Nixon's going to sky for the jam. Able to get out and run. They were waiting for their dunk. They finally got it. There's a timeout by Unionville. They had a layup.
Yeah. I think it looked like Coach wanted that timeout when the ball's about at half court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
51-34 Vikings on top. And again, you can see the fatigue for Unionville. I think you guys were right. I mean, every shot here in this second half has been short.
Yep. And they just the kids, Lockwood, and company, they just have not been able to find the bottom of the net the second half.
You got to give credit to St. E's.
Yeah.
The energy that they came out in the second half. I could tell. I've seen St. E's play under Coach Cassidy, and they play with a lot of energy, a lot of intensity. They make you feel uncomfortable, end line to end line, and I kind of anticipated that here in the second half, and I think that's exactly what we got from them. But very, very impressive by St. E's, and you can tell they're one of the top teams here in the state of Delaware, and there's a reason for that. Like you had mentioned, they work hard in practice. They invest in themselves.
2:48 to go. Be Unionville ball under the basket. My guess is you're going to see a James Bremer set up here.
Yeah.
Get it into him. He can't hold it. Can't hold on to that ball. Goes the other way. Alexander handles. Hunter flashes to the middle. Great job against the zone pressure. Alexander just throws it. When in doubt, you throw it off the defender, right?
Is this where someone comes in and says, do we need a shot clock here in Delaware?
Oh, Coach, I know this is your first day helping us out here. This has been a discussion for the last almost decade now. I've been saying this. 35 seconds. I think we got the skill level within this state to handle a 35-second shot clock.
No doubt.
Alexander, what a find to Harris, and Unionville's getting a little bit, out of their sorts defensively, and St. E's is going to start taking advantage of it. And that one's knocked away. I think Harris knocked it away from Bremer.
Yep, quick hands.
And St. E's just continually starting to extend this one out. Holden. Here's Harris.
We talk about positionless players and players wanting to be able to handle the ball, and it looks like St. E's has 5 guys that can handle the ball.
Yes. You know, the size was something I think that you look at them, you're like, well, where's their post play? How are they going to out-rebound some of these teams like a Dover, like a Sanford? But they got 5 guys that if they can get a lead, 5 guys that can shoot, 5 guys that can handle the rock. (55-34), minute 12 to go. It's truly a pick the poison. I mean, go with Penny. Hunter kicks it out to Holden. Alexander to Holden. I mean, this was an impressive outing for St. E's after that first quarter.
Yeah, they definitely responded. You know, they got that's the proverbial knocked in the mouth in that first quarter, and they came out and responded with 3 quality quarters worth of basketball.
Alexander, he's a water bug with the ball, man. Good luck. Holden back up top. Harris, and that's all you get, the layup in that situation. Nice work. What an effort. Back-to-back games for St. E's. Dealt with a little adversity in this one. And that should do it right there. 57-34. The Vikings get the victory over Unionville. Coach, give us your final thoughts on this one. That was impressive.
I thought both teams should be proud of their effort. Unionville came out with a nice little game plan early, and St. E's said, hey, we're going to turn it up a notch, and we're going into 5th gear. And between their full court pressure, their ability to get out in transition, I think they just wore down Unionville, but kudos to both teams. A lot of really good things to see. Here we are probably, close to the midpoint of the season, but, both teams showed a lot of different things out here today, and St. Elizabeth's here in the state of Delaware is going to be tough to beat come tournament time. They're in a great conference, like I said earlier, with the Conrads, with Coach McLean there. MOT Charter with Coach Epstein, another very talented team that we saw just before this, and a good defensive team like Archmere there in the top of their conference. I know I may be missing somebody. DMA is the other team with Coach Fran over there. But excellent basketball and a lot to learn. That's what you want to do. You want to grow here and learn from these experiences.
Coach is going to have to decide if they're going to live and die, with that type of game plan, playing, 6. I agree. I only saw 6 kids play. Playing 6 kids, and you come up against a team like St. E's that's going to run you. Are you going to live and die with that approach, or are you going to have to, try to switch it up so you can find a couple things out of some of those players that they haven't showed yet? So. We'll see.
Appreciate y'all being here. Thank you.
Now for the second place of the power bracket of the Viking Invitational Foundation's tournament goes to Unionville High School, Pennsylvania.
And now the trophy presentation. They're giving it out. Unionville with their second place. They played an impressive game yesterday, and I mean, like we saw here tonight, it was a great start for them. They just kind of ran into a defensive buzzsaw with the Vikings. From the second quarter on, they dominated. And they'll come claim their prize here on their home court. An impressive group. Obviously, we'll get the MVP presentation will be happening. We'll grab an interview I'm having a feeling it potentially could be Kenny Hunter. I mean, just from the second quarter on, he was scoreless in the first quarter. You're looking at 10, 12, 14, 16. He ended up with 20 points in this one. Alexander was great as well. He ended up with 12. Deshaun Holden had 9 points. Caden Harris had 8 fourth quarter points.
But I think most importantly, Pat, is that Kenny Hunter was kind of the catalyst that started the change for St. E's. You know, he got them going. He's a senior. He came out of that second half second
quarter.
Come out in second quarter, unafraid, kind of ready to face what Unionville gave him, and really kind of set the pace and foundation for this 23-point win.
Yeah, and it started, like you said, Joe. It had 2 corner threes, one on either side. That kind of got them going after trailing 18-4. That got them to within 18-10, and then it was just all downhill for this group.
The other impressive thing with St. E's, and you attribute it to the coaches, their unselfishness. They shared the ball. They made the extra pass. You didn't see many, if any, forced shots at all. And that's a sign of a very good team. And, it's kind of scary, when you talk about their youth, too.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you talk about their youth coach. Alexander is a sophomore. Holden is a freshman. Price is a sophomore. Off the bench, Dale is a sophomore. And then you got the mix of the sophomores, freshmen. Caden Harris is a senior. Nixon's a senior. Hunter's a senior. They've got a good mix of young guys with the veteran leadership. And just taking a look around the state, obviously they're one of the heavy hitters, but this state's wide open this year. It really is.
We saw 2 good teams, tonight, and they're both in that Diamond State Conference, the MOT and St. E's. It's going to be a good one. Good season, good state tournament.
All right, Coach, we're gonna pass this along to Kenny Hunter, our MVP. Bring him in here. Kenny, good stuff, man. Welcome in. We're with Kenny Hunter Jr. and your first quarter was a bit of a struggle for you guys. Only 4 points total in that first quarter. What was the message in between? Because from that point on, you guys utterly dominated this game.
The main message was just Coach Mike telling us trust the system as always. I think we was getting a little sporadic, trying to get one pass and go, but he just told us, trust the system and be us. And once we did that, that's when we started turning up.
Did you, now we were talking about how you were kind of the leader or the catalyst for the changes that we saw in the second half. Those 2 corner threes were big as you were running the baseline. Is that a play that Coach, you guys run frequently, or Coach Cassidy just thought, hey, we got to get you going?
That's something we do every single day. The sprint and just make sure it's timing. If we don't get that right, we run sprint. So it's just every detail he gives us, it just helps us be better basketball players, But yeah, that's definitely a set play we can run.
One thing that we saw, Unionville came out in that first quarter. They kind of dictated the pace of the game, and their half-court offense just running around. It was constant motion. It seemed as, after you came out, you hit a couple of threes. You guys were able to get into your press, and then you dictated the pace the rest of the way. Talk a little bit about the pressure, your defense, and how that helps you guys get out there on the offensive end.
I think at first we wasn't as doing what we was doing, but, my 2 guards, Kyan and Sean, 2 freshmen, freshman and sophomore, they dogs, and they just going to make it work. When it comes to pressure, they always going to find a way in that tandem, whether it's man or something. They just have a great feel for the game. They're going to make it work. And Steve and Mace and Caden and Mayan, they going to hustle like dogs every single time.
Talk a little bit about, Coach had talked about it, Joe talked about it, the unselfishness on the offensive side of the ball. A lot of times, teams tend to only run through 1 or 2 players, and then, you kind of lose a little bit of the flow for the other players on the court. You guys don't have that problem. Talk a little bit about the unselfishness. Everybody seems to have their moments throughout the game.
Yeah, I think that's just Coach Mike, just like, and Coach Doug, every single coach, they just stress so much of, like, being a team. Like, we don't even get when it comes to the locker room, we don't even leave the locker room without each other. So it's just every single aspect of the game, he always just influctuates us as a team, just making sure that we're a team. That's just the biggest thing we preach. We start off practice with passing and just going through our warm-ups, just getting involved with each other.
All right, Kenny Hunter Jr., man, MVP of this
thank
bracket. Congratulations. Best of luck the rest of the way. No problem. All right, folks. Well, that'll do it here. We really appreciate you tuning in to the Viking Invitational, all the broadcasts that we had throughout the entirety of the weekend. Thanks for bearing with us through some technical difficulties with the internet and whatnot. So thanks once again for an exciting day. For Nick Alessandrini, for Joe Singles, Coach John Kalasic. Really appreciate him coming by and helping out. Jason Winchell, Mike Lang, Nick Halliday. We'll see you on Saturday. We do have a game, Dover and Sanford. You're going to want to tune into that one. It will be on Vimeo. Glenn and I will have that game. That's a boys game. Keep an eye out for that one.